Welcome back to Gatekeeper Media's New Year's resolutions. It's January 15th, and the next couple days, we're going to talk about scrambling from some unusual positions. I'm about 75 or 100 feet away from this basket, and ordinarily, this would be incredibly easy. It requires no thought because there's nothing in the way. But if I take a few steps this way, and I think about having a lie that's behind this bush, or a tree, or a folding chair if you don't have this naturally, this is a lot more work for me. So I can either throw a more aggressive angle, or I can change my release point. I can throw from higher or lower or with more extension, or all of the above. So put yourself in this tough spot and try to find creative ways and creative release points that can get you out of trouble. I'm going to give a couple cases here. First, I'm going to step out and throw a backhand from normal height. This is about getting maximum extension. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side with a forehand. Now let's imagine that the forehand is kind of covered up, or I'm a backhand dominant player. I'm going to throw a backhand where I'm kind of doing a reverse step out. And then do the same thing over here with a forehand that's a little bit unnaturally close to this tree. The idea here is not to worry about where your shots are landing relative to the basket. It's about extending what you're comfortable with for your release points and extensions. Let's try a couple with really high or really low releases. You probably won't be able to get the same amount of pop out of your lower body, so this is about learning to isolate a little part of your throw and change the speed, angle, and spin that's required to get it there. I'm set up so that I have to throw over a portion of this bush that's pretty close to me. The way to do that is to get my wrist involved very heavily. And then the same thing with a low release. There's only about a foot or two of head space from the ground up to the first branch, but I'm going to try to hit that and still get enough speed to get to the basket. You can throw some nose up so that the disc gets a little height later in the flight. And then try the same thing with forehands. A high release forehand is very much about the wrist, but don't give it too much nose up, otherwise it's going to fly away from you. And with a low release forehand, once again, I'm trying to very specifically hit a pocket here between the ground and the first branch. You win this game when you can take some slow, neutral discs like putters and figure out how to manipulate their angle, speed, and spin to help you save strokes and get out of sticky situations by adjusting your release point.